There we go.
All right.
All right.
Situated here. Welcome to the Writer's Block. Today I've got a very, 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 very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Kanise. I'm 29. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida. I'm a singer and songwriter and just moved up today. So
You moved where?
I moved up here.
To Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
You just moved to Atlanta today and you're here on...
Not today, like this month. Like just moved up with my band.
Tell me about your band.
So it's funny. So I've been a solo artist for years. I've been doing music since 2018. And I did this concert where I was the only one on the lineup with no band. And that was perfectly fine. Like I'm used to doing shows as a solo artist. One of the bands, the bass player, my bass player, Aaron, saw me and basically just walked up to me that night and was like, "Oh, you didn't have a band up there. You're really great. Do you want a band?" And I had seen them play around town. Like Tallahassee's a smallish type town, a college town. So it's like there's an underground music scene. So all the musicians and artists kind of know each other. And so I was like, hell yeah. Like I didn't think they were serious because their band was really dope. But I was in the group chat a week later.
Your band made itself almost in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, they came to me, which I'm really thankful for.
Isn't that beautiful how music brings people together, though?
It really does. They've been my best friends ever since, too.
Like, it transcends boundaries, it transcends lifestyles, religious beliefs, all that sort of thing. When did you know that music was going to be your life?
So my mom has a saying that being an artist isn't what you do, it's who you are. And I literally can't help it. Me writing music is the way I articulate myself to the world. I don't have the best social skills. And so
like socially awkward?
Oh yeah.
That's like a thing for artists, right?
Like that, and not in the cute, quirky way, but in the why are you staring like that off-putting way.
But people expect artists to be so like cool
and charismatic.
You know what I'm saying? And some are like, but it's interesting because some of our biggest and best, brightest stars are admittedly, they're like, I'm shy, they're like, I'm socially awkward. Beyonce said many times she had to create a whole persona, a whole Sasha Fierce persona.
Yeah.
And we're like, but you're Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
like, but I like that though. I mean, I do. So what type of music has it been? So
I've been primarily a pop singer, but especially now it being with the band, with some R&B influence, of course, but now it being in the band, they went to the jazz school at FSU. So there's a lot of jazz fusion. We've incorporated a lot of funk. So to say what genre we are is a little hard, but I would say we have a basis in pop, but with a very eclectic sound. Like there's a lot of jazz in there. There's a lot of funk music. Like you'll hear some things that are like some, like Esperanza Spalding, but then also like some Silk Sonic up in there. It's a very fun time.
So, who was the first pop artist that influenced your writing sensibility?
So, when it came to songwriting, I would definitely say SZA, because I consider SZA pop as much as R&B. Like she's up here with that.
Wow.
Just
wait, SZA, we consider SZA.
Yes, because here's the deal: some of her ballads, if she was done by somebody this side, they would call it a pop ballad, just like they call Adele a pop singer. Like, for example, Love Galore. It's a beautiful, slow song. There's a lot of R&B influences, but that has a lot of pop influence as well, because I love pop music. That's like one of my favorite genres of music.
Me too.
Like, if they gave that song to Ariana Grande, it would be considered a pop song.
Would Ariana Grande have sung that song?
Yeah, she did Right Here. That almost sounds like an R&B trap with Mac Miller on it.
I like that you bring this up, because I've told people before, I've made the point that, like, pop, there's a certain line that once you cross it, we're talking complexion wise, they will not put you in their pop category.
But Michael Jackson's the king of pop.
Michael Jackson's the king of pop, and Michael Jackson was never dark skinned.
No, but he was black.
But he was never dark skinned.
He was clearly black.
Never dark skinned. Tell me one dark skinned pop artist. I can name
Donna
one.
Summers.
Donna Summers?
Yeah, disco was basically the pop of that.
Modern. You gotta go modern though.
Modern day. Let me think.
Like something. But I can name one artist. When I say modern, give me of the past
Doechii.
20 years. Doechii ain't hit yet though. Doechii's hasn't hit big yet.
I mean, I don't know. I'm from Florida.
Doechii ain't hit big yet.
I'm from Florida, so maybe
when I say because when I say pop, like give me a superstar.
A superstar that's dark skinned that does pop.
I can name one who's crossed over into pop in the past 20 years.
Who is it?
Akon.
Very true.
That's the list.
So you don't think T-Pain had that pop era with like Freeze?
No. T-Pain was pop. Like his songs made it. Some of the songs made it to pop chart, but he was never. They crossed over.
Yeah, but he was definitely an R&B artist.
Yeah, he's not making pop.
What about Usher? Would he be considered? With OMG, DJ
OMG made like he made like
a whole pop
song.
album.
Yeah.
That was a pop album.
Pop EDM inspired, but is Usher dark skin?
No, that's incorrect.
No, it's Usher. Like, remember the premise here. You know what I'm saying?
It worked.
Yeah, we good.
Okay,
we did.
so
we live.
I was actually gonna bring the other camera in to also live stream. Are you good with that?
Let's live stream. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the other live stream camera in.
But yeah, that is a very interesting concept that I haven't really thought about. That is true.
But so when you say as far as SZA or whatever, because we've seen SZA do big pop records.
Oh yeah.
We've seen her cross over, do the records with Doechii Cat. We've seen her do this and that.
Yeah.
But consistently, no matter what she puts out, unless she gives us a whole album of this, they're not gonna put her in a pop category.
Yeah, but Billboard Hot 100 is Hot 100 regardless. Like, I don't think you even need to be in a pop category to be considered like at a certain level as well. Because, I grew up on stuff like Erykah Badu, who to me is like here.
And never done anything remotely close to the pop.
And what I meant is nor does she either. Like, pop is just one of personally my favorite genres.
The thing about pop, though, is because even for the past 10 years, a lot of the most popular hip hop songs have also been considered pop records. A lot of the big artists, cross over and do collab with what is considered pop.
Yeah, genre is very blended nowadays, especially.
It's blended, but pop and also by extension country are really gatekept still. Like they're gatekept in a way that, like hip hop, we let you in. Like anybody, like whatever. Like how many times have you been scrolling Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, and you see some white girl, some white boy rapping something corny, but it's clever, and everybody's in the comments like, hell yeah, everybody to the cookout. Yeah, let them. We're easy. If you know what I'm saying? Whatever. We don't care if it's pop rap, if it's Timberland, if it's Drake, if it's Kendrick, if it's
Well, one thing I will say, I think the gatekeeping in hip hop has been a lost art form. Because there were gatekeepers, like, back in the 90s and things like that. I would say this, yes and no. The internet's a beautiful thing because it's letting everybody express their art. At the same time, when it comes to a certain integrity of art, I do believe those gatekeepers did have a place in the industry. It's the reason why Kendrick's coming for Drake so hard.
Okay.
Like...
Who are the best gatekeepers? Is it the artists? Is it the DJs?
I think the DJs, the promoters, the A&Rs, they were the, gatekeepers of the industry back then. The record label owners, like, for better or worse, like the Suge Knights of that day, they were the ones letting people in. Cosigns, that was something that was way more coveted in early days than it is now. Because nowadays, as long as you have clout and following and hits out, you can co-sign another artist and put them on. You know what I'm saying? Right. When back then there was more of like, and not to sound pretentious, because I'm not pretentious. I like Sexy Red. I'm not pretentious with art at all. I feel like there's a place that like everywhere for art. I know it's a controversial opinion, but I feel like Get Low and Ski just have a place just like Bag Lady does. Because You need stuff to holler in the club, just like you need stuff to be introspective on. And so the fact that some people don't want certain things in, I'm like, you wouldn't want just Picasso's an amazing artist. You don't want everything to look like Picasso. You want some Van Gogh. You want some. I didn't know people used to actually. I read about talk shit about Bob Ross. As lovely as I find him, remember the painter dude with the afro? No. But they said, oh, there was like this guy on PDX. He was named Bob Ross. Oh
yes, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Apparently, a lot of artists didn't like it because he was making art too accessible.
That's how they felt about Warhol. Well, I mean, not accessible, but Warhol, because I mean,
pop art, and that's literally one of my favorite artists. Like,
and okay, so
I just think there's something out there for everyone. With that being said, when it comes to wanting to be taken as a certain level as an artist instead of staying in your lane, that's where I feel like maybe there needs to be a little bit more gatekeepers in place.
Well. I'd argue that if said gatekeepers were in place, you may not have access to that.
And that's where I said there needed to be checks and balances, and why I love the internet. Because the gatekeeper may say no, but the people said yes.
And the people have been saying yes to
and
a lot of people.
And also Sexy Red's doing Sexy Red's thing and staying in her lane and doing what she wants to do.
When are you playing Sexy Red?
Huh?
When are you playing that?
In the car on the way to the club, hollering in the club, getting ready, getting dressed. Mm-hmm. Need something to hype me up when I'm angry. Believe it or not. Oh, yeah. Like, if I'm mad.
Yeah, fuck these niggas.
Yeah. Like, fuck my baby dad. I don't have a baby dad, but that can rally you up just like Not Like Us can. Also, shout out that song. My homeboy engineered it.
What song?
Fuck my baby dad, the pow, 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 pow.
Yo, see what I mean?
He did. Mikey.
Say it again.
Mikey in Tallahassee, Goldie Sound Productions.
Shout out Mikey.
Yeah, Sexy Red came through Tallahassee and recorded it there. Yeah.
Were you there?
I was, but I didn't get the meter.
But no, I don't.
I don't. The closest to a crazy story I have was I went to this like FAMU homecoming tent concert and bumped into Lil Baby, and I swear he looked at me because I just went because I was drunk.
That's it. That's all you had for him.
That's all I had.
That's all you had.
You
do a Lil Baby fan?
I am. Like, I'm a casual fan. Like, I'll listen. I'll definitely listen to like his new stuff when it comes on. I can't like yell everything he got out word for word. But I'm definitely a fan.
What are you yelling word for word when going on? Like right now, shit that's in your playlist. When it comes on, you singing it word for word.
It just depends on the situation. Like I told you, I love 80s pop. I can probably sing any Prince song word for word. That's like one of my favorite artists.
Prince?
Like 80s artists, yeah. Like I love 80s artists. I love Prince. I love David Bowie. I love Queen. Like that 80s glam rock era. Like my mom played it around the house a lot. And so it just seeped in. And I love the flamboyance that they had. I love the androgyny that they had. The not giving a fuck. The fact that, Prince would come out and be like, I'm a man and have G-strings and heels on. Like, I just admire that so much. Like, because I'm pretty much like kind of a girly girl on the outside, but like my personality, I've always been called a bit more like a little bit more masculine.
What was that?
Like
a tomboy kind of thing?
Yeah. Like I was fighting in school and shit. But people don't expect it because hi when they meet me. But it's just like I am the type that's probably at home gonna have sweats on and sitting and my mama going, close your legs.
Oh, it's that type of time.
Yeah.
I see. But I mean, like, it's balancing everything.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, seeing people like that, like, in my childhood and in my past showed me that, like, I'm fine. Like, all that stuff is just a construct because, like I said, I was in a smaller town. So it wasn't bad, but sometimes you would get a, like, act more ladylike. And I'm like, if Prince is a whole grown man that can wear heels and a G-string, I'm fine in ballers and
what does ladylike be, though? Like, act more...
Here's the deal. I never knew what that word meant. So I'm a girl, therefore I'm ladylike.
That means act like my idea of how I want you to behave.
Basically.
that sort of thing. But artistry and creativity is about breaking all those boundaries down.
Like breaking those constructs. Like definitely breaking those constructs.
Familiar with Chappell Roan? I don't want to say that.
No, I'm not. Oh, Chappell Roan?
Chappell Roan.
Yes. Yes, I love Chappell Roan.
Yeah, I got on her. I discovered her through her Tiny Desk. One that went crazy doing everybody loves. I'm just scrolling through, and boom, I see the colors. And I'm like, I gotta see what this is. Fell in love. The epitome of breaking boundaries, being true to yourself, genre bending, you know what I mean? Color bending, androgyny, gender bending, it's everything beautiful. You want to think of. And for me, it's pure art.
It is.
For me, it's pure art, and it's rare. That's the rare, like the Chappell Roans, the Janelle Monae.
That's one of my favorite. Like Dirty Computer is a sit through.
So we gonna start talking. We gonna start talking. Like, that's a whole other podcast. If we want.
Oh my god! Like that's actually one of my favorite albums.
As soon as that shit drops, Dirty Computer.
What's your favorite song on there?
Don't Judge. It's also my favorite Janelle Monae song.
Mine is, I think, Crude.
And I feel a way, Janelle, that you didn't include the full Don't Judge Me song in the movie. You gave me the movie with all the songs, but then when it came time for Don't Judge Me, my favorite one, it was like a little interlude, a little snippet piece to get us from the one session to the other session. We could talk about that when you come sit in my chair.
Like a sit through for me. That's a non-skip album.
Yeah, the album and the movie. I know you've seen the video that go with it. The album, the movie, the whole. But I don't skip anything on Electric Lady. I don't skip anything on this on Dirty Computer. I don't skip anything on the last album that you dropped.
Yeah, I'm fucking with that one.
Was it called? The one with Flo.
That's one. Yeah, that album.
Her last three albums, no skips. Yeah. And she did a compilation piece for like her label. You heard that one? It was like a 5-song thing. I haven't heard it. It was like her label at the time was like Jadena. And
oh yeah.
This group, Deep Cotton, I think is the name, and Roman Gin Author. Group of artists or whatever. But yeah, but like.
Yeah, I found her with Tightrope. So.
Tightrope?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Been on it ever since. But like these are people that like you can see, you can feel the art.
And the hard work. I love that. And that's what I'm really trying to make. Like when I first started writing music, I used to write in a mindset of, because I wanted to like be a big artist. And it was like, is this going to be a hit? Like, are people going to like this? And it's like, as time has gone on, what's really made me like hold on and love the music that I'm making. Don't get me wrong, I loved all the music I was making, like from the beginning. They're like my kids. Like I can't pick one, but I just noticed with like the music that I'm making with the band, especially, it's less of like, is this gonna be a hit? And they were like, let's just make some shit that feels good. Let's make some out shit. Like
that's a hard angle to write from, right? Like, is it gonna be a hit?
Not really, because like I grew up listening to a lot of pop, so it's like I had a lot of great producers that made me great beats, and so it was easy to flow on it. But I did like have in mind like I need a catchy hook, things like that. With this, I'm just like, have you heard of Hiatus Coyote?
No.
They're a band and they just make what they want. And it's so good. Like they're famous, but they're also famous like with a lot of musicians. Like they're like your favorite musician's favorite fan type of thing.
Okay.
And
tell me the name again.
Hiatus Coyote.
Hiatus Coyote.
Yes.
So I need to check that out.
Yeah, they're like a band out of Australia, and they're just dope with the soul and funk that they're doing.
Only artist I know out of Australia is the one whoever sings Dance Monkey, Tones and I think they're out of Australia, right? Him or they, or I don't even know if that's a group or a person. But I know about Australia.
Yeah.
I try to know, I try to like just know a little something.
But yeah, they're like, not to say that we're like emulating that completely, but like just their method of just making whatever the fuck they want. I think that's the level I've gotten with my band. And it sounds great. It feels great. Like, I'm so excited for the music that I'm making. Like, I feel like I'm finally finding like my sound. You know what I mean?
How long do you feel like it's taking you to find it?
Well, I started making music, like writing in 2018. So it's just been like a process building on top of like every year there was progress.
Okay.
And so I think like not, and I probably haven't even reached the pinnacle now. Who knows where I might be like 5 years from now. I'm always a learner in this.
Who can reach the pinnacle of their creativity though? Like, is that it? I mean, I think you fall out. I think you can lose your way if you lose sight of what makes you you, or if you're really lost. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you're not grounded in that sort of thing. But other than that, like, do we think Jay-Z is gonna get worse at some point?
No.
Do we think Beyonce is gonna get worse at some
No.
point? Do we think like no? We keep doing it.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of like we're just like making songs because we're making an EP to see like which songs are gonna go on the EP, and it's been fun because we've been like mixing in some jazz. We've been like we're making a house beat, which is really fun. So it's just like it's just been fun to create and to be challenged because they're dope. They are dope musicians, and so like I've been feeling challenged by it. And I mean that in like the best way possible. Where I'm like, okay, what you did with that is that. Let me rewrite my hook. Like, let me go back to the drawing board. Because I'm used to just writing songs and it flowing and not changing it much. Like, I might change a little bit melodies here and there, but like, this is the first time I've like worked with some musicians that made me go back to the drawing board and be like, let me rewrite this. Let me,
Did they say you need to go back?
No.
Or you?
It's me saying like, okay, I like that you put right there. It's not necessarily blending with what I wrote. So let me change the melody. Let me change the lyrics. This song now sounds more sad because of this instrumentation that you did with it. Let me go and rewrite it to make it more like melancholy, like things like that. Like, yeah.
No, that makes perfect sense. How do you handle writer's block?
So I had writer's block for a good minute. And and basically what I do is number one, I listen to music. Like
you like all day, every day, you gotta be listening to music while I'm doing everything type of person?
No, I don't.
I'm like at any moment I can have music playing, I want music playing.
So I'm a person that I'll go through influxes of depending on how busy I am, especially. Like sometimes I'm getting up and going, I'll listen to music in the car on the way to work and and back from work, and that's about it. Mm-hmm. And then there'll be these periods of time where I just feel like listening to music because I'm a human being. And then like there's times I need inspiration. And if there isn't necessarily anything inspiring me in my real life or people that I know around me, because I've written songs that people are like, oh my God, you went through this. Who was that about? And I'm like, I don't know. My homegirl was going through that. I wasn't. My homegirl inspired me. So you can channel other people's. Yeah, like I wrote this on. I wrote this on their behalf. So like, or just I wrote it because what if somebody wrote a song about this and that? I think that would be a cool concept, almost like making a film.
Right.
Yeah, so I've done that too. Like I wrote a song about hooking up once, and not put my business, but I ain't even had been with nobody yet. So, like. This is actually one of my biggest songs. That's the funny fucking part about it.
So like, you have a vivid imagination?
I do. Very vivid. Like, extremely, like, got in trouble for daydreaming as a kid.
Whatever that face was you just made.
A memory of me getting in trouble in class for daydreaming too much.
As a kid. But, listen, now the daydreamers are winning. Sure. All the ones that everybody told us we should be doing this or that, don't waste your time doing this. We're winning now.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, like, in terms of that, like, for writer's block, most of the time what's gotten me out of that process is listening to music. Like, and new music. Like, I will pick some artists from, like, just different genres, different vibes, different generations, and try to, like, hone a creative process, and I'll just get a blank piece of paper in front of me. Mm-hmm. And not like jack what they say, but like, oh, I like that flow. Oh, I like that topic. Like, I like the things that they said about this thing. Like, they might have compared a feeling to a color. And I'm like, I'm gonna write that down because the way I write songs is weird. I'll get like a burst of energy and then like scribble different lyrics, and it'll just be gibberish, like difference, and then I'll Frankenstein it together structurally.
It's not weird. I've done that before. Like I've got 5 or 6 different ways I can approach writing a song. But one of them is definitely I might vibe to a beat, write a bunch of stuff, maybe a bunch of rhymes, a bunch of different little things that I know would sound good or whatever. Then when I go to record it, between what I have, I'll just kind of put it out. I'll record it. Maybe I'll throw some other freestyle lines in there, and then based on what I hear, it's like, okay, this needs to be a hook. Put that down. Put the line in, and then. But you know what? You know who taught me how to do that? Who? I don't mean he taught me in person, but I mean
no, I know what you mean.
From learning, like the way I see music is different artists have taught me how to do certain things.
True.
So
no, I literally will have like a lineup of who do I want to listen to, like, and like I'll listen to like during COVID, like I wrote an album and I was just lyrically just listening to for some reason just a lot of Ariana Grande and a lot of metal. Like I listened to like a lot of System of the Down.
Okay. Now I don't know metal like that. I don't know any metal. Like the only metal I know is when people play around me, but I couldn't recognize any other.
So I very much had like an emo phase in middle school, which turned into like a metal phase in high school.
You rocking spikes and chains and like.
No, not looks wise, but just like I was sad and listened to a lot of emotional metal music.
My sister don't do that phase.
Yeah.
We're like, what's wrong with this girl?
Listening to something.
We're not like this. Like,
yeah, my drug of choice was 30 Seconds to Mars. Like
I know what that is.
Yeah.
I know this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's how me.
Yeah, and then metal wise, like I said, I listened to like a lot of System of the Down. I listened to some. I guess like. Here's the thing with like metalheads, they're so easy to be like, that's not metal. So sometimes I'm like scared to say which ones, but like I listen to like some Breaking Benjamin, some System. I know System of the Down is metal. Like a lot of them, a lot of 9 Inch Nails. Like I love their music a lot.
And I got a friend who's always trying to put me on. He's trying to put me on metal. He's trying to put me on rock, classic rock.
My bass player,
glam, rock, all these other things, and we're still getting there. We're still getting there. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I've always appreciated about metal is how it seems like they can dress and look however they want.
Yeah.
Like in a way that, like, okay, hip hop gatekeeps masculinity, very toxic way. We know this. Like we know this. In ways that other genres allow you, you can be whatever the fuck you want to be.
Yeah, like it's gotten better, but there still is very much a standard. There's
a standard. Just in the past 3 years, 4 years, that standard really being broken down with artists doing stuff like this. You know what I'm saying, with the nails or dressing different ways.
Yeah.
Showing, you know what I'm saying, really reaching back and showing that we're drawing inspirations from niggas like Prince, from niggas like Rick James,
Disco.
from niggas like, you know what I'm saying, all that type of shit. Like, but metal is like these guys do whatever the fuck they want to do and just scream, look crazy, whatever. And I love
black lipstick, eyeliner.
That's what I'm on.
Fishnet top.
Hip hop.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Like it's artists that I don't even listen to that I like what they doing. Like what's the name? Playboy Cardi or like certain aesthetics, certain aesthetics that I see that I might not be on their music like that, but okay, I see what's going on because I know what I'm doing. I know what we need this stuff. Shit. Like we got to be able to break free of these chains and these boundaries and everything. Like the music will be better for it, creativity will be better for it.
Just let people do what they want. And I just mean that in general. Just let people do what the fuck they want.
Absolutely.
It's all gonna do to you. You don't like it, don't listen.
100%.
Like,
who do you feel like right now is your biggest pop inspiration?
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd?
Oh yeah. Like his new shit.
I didn't even sound like that. Wait. Let me try again. The Weeknd?
Yeah. Like his new shit. Everything from the Blinding Lights album on has been on some 80 Cent fast paced.
I mean, it's like the resurgence of Mike or some shit. Some of that shit I be listening to is like, is Mike back?
Yeah, like, have you heard like Dawn FM, that album?
I haven't heard the whole album.
So yeah, Dawn FM came out after the Blinding Lights album.
Okay.
And Dawn FM is honestly like one of my favorite albums. There's
Blinding Lights is Can't Feel My Face and The Hills Have Eyes, all this shit.
No, Blinding Lights is Blinded by the Lights. That album that had In Your Eyes on it.
Okay.
And Save Your Tears. Those songs.
Which one Save Your Tears?
Save your tears for another day. Like, yeah, that was like very 80s pop, but the album after that, it incorporated some house. It was very fast paced. It was like giving what I call fast driving music. Like, okay. Yeah, just
like nighttime city lights, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it had
like,
and even like it was just a very cool, very poppy album.
Drug choice.
Yeah, like yeah, I enjoy that album a lot. So like, I like The Weeknd.
Is it the sound? Is it the writing? Is it the aesthetic? Is it the conversation?
It's both. Like, one thing I love is like a pretty voice with toxic lyrics. Like,
and
I'm such a sucker for that. When The Weeknd says, "Never need a bitch on what a bitch need," I just love it.
On the last part, I made a point that when you want to make somebody head spin, you give them mixed tones. You know, and from a psychology point of view, right? If you want to get something off, and okay, part of charisma and all that, part of that has to do with mystery,
right?
And things and intrigue,
right?
So if you want to leave somebody intrigued, thinking, you know what I'm saying, lingering, whatever, what you do is you give two opposite tones, meaning that when you communicate, meaning if I want to say something to you that would be considered aggressive or negative, I'm gonna say it in a soft tone,
right?
And if I want to say something that would be normally considered soft and pleasant, I would say it aggressively.
I'm like that in relationships.
So I'm saying,
my girl be like, "I love you." I'm like, "I love you too, motherfucker."
I'm saying, like how you say, you're expecting this, but she's twerking the sexy red. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not expecting.
I can't twerk. It's not that I don't. I just can't do it. I don't have rhythm.
No, that's never stopped no girl from twerking. Not being able to twerk has never stopped no girl from trying to twerk. Are we gonna sit here and act like you're not trying to twerk in the mirror when Sexy Red playing and we getting ready? Come on now. But yeah, no. So The Weeknd is toxic as fuck.
Yeah, I love it. No, what cracks me up is like pulling up to somebody, like when sometimes I will have like heavy metal playing in the car, and they just look over and I've gotten like the what is happening? And I'm just like,
for me, it's just pulling up. Period. As soon as I pull up, you get like, okay, you got on lipstick? Yeah, you do. Then it's like I start kicking when I'm kicking. It's like, oh, I didn't see that. Okay, so
like they expected something different.
They always expect something different. 100%. Like no matter what you expect, you can't expect because when shit is a one-of-one, when it's neat, when it's one of a kind, it's totally unpredictable.
Yeah.
And one thing I say about music all the time is people, the audience, the fans, they have no idea what they want until you give it to them.
True.
Going back to your point about this is what I mean when I said trying to write a hit can be a difficult angle to approach because it's a moving target. Because if you're trying to write based on everything that's already been done, yes, that's a formula as far as tones and melodies and cadence and da-da-da. But people don't know what they want until they hear it and love it. And it could be some shit they never heard before. There's no precedence for this. But like,
yeah, what you may think might be like too much or anything might just be the next trend that's
like
about
the next
to be set.
shit. The biggest thing I can remember is when Lil Wayne dropped Lollipop. When Lil Wayne dropped Lollipop, for the first
one of my favorite
couple days, nobody could understand it though. I remember vividly when it first dropped, everybody was like, "What is?" The same thing happened when Kanye dropped Love Lockdown. Everybody's like, "What is this? I don't get it." And so
no, it was
2 days later
after
it hit,
and it was so funny because I was like, "Am I the only one that likes this?"
I thought that too.
The only one that likes
that too. But you got a different type of ear. But let it 3-4 days later after they played it, everybody's like, "Oh."
Especially once Heartless dropped. Yeah, like that kind of set the precedent on how a lot of rap was gonna sound.
Then you go back and realize, but Kanye West or Wayne at these other times, they had no precedent to be able to understand that. Yeah, we could write this. And, no, you just gotta do that shit. You just gotta do that. And you said you got a band.
I do.
Which means y'all is your band are they creating music with you in the studio?
Yes. They're basically producing it.
So from the ground up.
Ground
that
up.
means you can literally do anything.
Yeah. Like we'll be chilling at the crib. And so the band is this, so it's Aaron on bass and Sammy on keys. And shout out to Lawrence, miss you. We had to leave him in Tallahassee. He's finishing school up. But so we just locked in a new drummer who's really great. His name's Javon. And basically like we'll be chilling, and like recently a song that we're working on, Aaron just started playing like a bass lick and I started singing on it. And so he put the loop pedal on. We got that together, showed it to Sammy. Sammy put some keys over it, put like drums over it. It was like, let's put a couple key changes and a tempo change, and now we're like building songs together.
Now I'm ready for you to go ahead and put some vocals on it.
Yep. And yeah, I already like recorded. I always record my little voice memos. Like probably every song I've ever written that's out or not out is in my phone on a voice memo. And so like that's how we'll do it. And you know, we got a little studio set up so we can like record our little like demos and stuff. And then we'll go and like get it recorded for real and get it mixed and you know, everything like that. But that's basically how the process has been so far. It's been really fun. Or I'll have a pre-written song that I wrote to a beat. Won't let them hear the beat at all. Right. And be like, here's the empty voice memo. Go nuts.
Play something around.
Yeah. Like here's the acapella. Do what you want to do on it.
That's the creative process of it. And I think it's a beautiful thing to watch. You know what I think? If you haven't done this, are you doing like content for yourself? You putting out visuals and all that stuff?
A lot. Yeah. So I was lucky enough, when I first started doing music, I met these two guys named Matt and Raphael. Dope. And that's not a pun because their business name is Dopamine, but just dope footage. Looks like movie shit. And they were 19, and I've been making music videos with them ever since. And luckily, they moved to Atlanta.
You ever put out a video of you guys creating a song?
Not yet. So here's what we're doing. We're building the EP. We're going to, we know a guy that's a good friend of ours. He owns a music studio. That's a house, right? And like, it's a house, but don't think like a music studio in a house. His house is a music studio. Like
the house is the studio.
Yes, the guitars. Like one of the rooms is the booth. Like he turned his whole house into a music studio. It's really dope. And we're going to rent it for days once the EP's written. And when we record it, and you know, because when you're recording, the recording process for us, we might stop, add this, add that, you know, like it's very just like fluid. And I'm taking my videographer with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like he's literally gonna stay with us them days. Like,
yeah, that's how you gotta do it from the ground up. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing whatever it is that you got going. When is it gonna drop?
So we want to get it at least recorded by November. But I have a lot of songs out already too. Like I have some songs that are dropping in October. I worked on an EP in Tallahassee with the producer before I left. And so I'm really excited about that music coming out. So I have a lot of music. Like I have probably like close to 10 songs out already, and then releasing 4 songs. So.
If someone's never heard your music before and they were gonna go check you out, what are the first 2 songs? The first one.
So here's the deal. So like based on a lot of songs that people like I would say I have 3. So I have a song called Just 2.
2. I said 2, right?
I know, but it's hard. Like I said, like picking my kids. But okay, so I'll say this. There's a song I have out called Go to Work that a lot of people like. Yeah. And it's very fun.
Who's going to work? You going to work? You telling me to go to work?
So basically, the song is about after hooking up with someone, they got to get out your house.
Oh, because I got to go to work.
I got to go to work.
Wait, why are they still there as the more? Because most people don't even.
It explains it in the song.
Oh.
It explains it in the song, actually. Yeah. And the second.
Is that good? What's the next one?
I hope it is. The second song is a song called Cabernet Sauvignon. It's based on my favorite wine that I could never pronounce right. I was calling it Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a chill song. I wouldn't say chill because it's pretty fast paced, but chill is in the vibe of it. Like, it's about, I'm not leaving the house today. I ain't doing shit. I am just chilling with my favorite wine and just relax.
That's a vibe.
Yeah. It's very much, a song that's like a vibe song. Those are the two songs I would suggest. Like, they're both out everywhere. I got music videos, both of them. Right.
That's it. No doubt about that. No doubt right there. I appreciate you coming to see me. It's been beautiful.
Thank you.
It's been amazing. And this is the Writer's Block. So
Writer's Block. Thank you. Thanks.
It's a good